Welcome to the Desert Coachella and the Modern Music Festival. The sun beats down, the crowd roars, the energy is palpable, a vibrant mix of anticipation and excitement. This is not just any music festival, this is Coachella, a cultural phenomenon that has redefined the live music experience. This is Coachella, a modern music festival in the California desert. Every year, thousands of music lovers from around the world converge here, drawn by the promise of unforgettable performances and a sense of community. It's a place where the boundaries between artist and audience blur, creating a unique and immersive experience. Thousands of people gather, drawn by the power of music. They come to witness their favorite artists, discover new sounds, and share in the collective joy of live music. The festival grounds are a sea of humanity, each person contributing to the vibrant tapestry of the event. It's a melting pot of genres, a testament to music's universal appeal. From rock to hip-hop, electronic to indie, Coachella's lineup is a reflection of the diverse tastes of its audience. It's a place where different musical worlds collide, creating a rich and varied sonic landscape. But where did this incredible journey begin? To understand the significance of Coachella, we need to look back at the history of music festivals and the evolution of live music in America. To understand, we need to go back to the roots of American music. The story begins with the early 20th century, a time when jazz and blues were emerging as new and exciting forms of expression. These genres laid the foundation for the rich musical heritage that would follow. Coachella, with its diverse lineup and massive scale, represents the culmination of centuries of musical evolution. It's a celebration of the creativity and innovation that have shaped American music, bringing together artists from different backgrounds and genres to create something truly special. It's a celebration of creativity, a testament to the power of sound to unite and inspire. The festival is more than just a series of concerts, it's an immersive experience that engages all the senses. From the stunning visual displays to the eclectic food offerings, every aspect of Coachella is designed to create a memorable experience. But this modern spectacle wouldn't exist without the pioneers who came before, the artists who poured their souls into creating the sounds we know and love today. These musical trailblazers paved the way for the diverse and vibrant music scene we enjoy now. From the soulful melodies of blues to the infectious energy of rock and roll, American music has always been a reflection of the nation's soul. Each genre tells a story, capturing the spirit of its time and the emotions of its people. It's a story of struggle and triumph, of innovation and evolution. The history of American music is a testament to the resilience and creativity of its artists, who have continually pushed the boundaries of what music can be. As we delve into this rich history, we'll trace the threads that connect the music of the past to the sounds of the present. We'll explore how different genres have influenced each other, creating a dynamic and ever-evolving musical landscape. So, put on your headphones, turn up the volume, and join me on this sonic adventure as we explore how music shaped America. Together, we'll uncover the stories behind the sounds, celebrating the rich tapestry of music that continues to inspire and unite us all. The soul of a nation, blues and the African American experience. The blues is not just a genre of music, it is a profound expression of the African American experience, a narrative woven through the fabric of American history. Imagine the Mississippi Delta, early 20th century, a land of fertile soil and harsh realities where the sun beats down relentlessly and life is a constant struggle. Life is hard, filled with struggle and hardship. African American families toil in the fields, their days marked by back-breaking labor and their nights by a yearning for something more. Out of this hardship, a new sound emerges, the blues. It is a raw, unfiltered cry from the heart, a musical form that captures the essence of pain and resilience. Born in the souls of African Americans, blues music expressed their pain, their sorrow, and their hope. It was a way to articulate the inexpressible, to give voice to the voiceless. It was raw, emotional, and deeply personal. Each note, each lyric, was a testament to the human spirit's capacity to endure and to find beauty in the midst of suffering. The blues wasn't just music, it was a lifeline, a way to cope with the realities of life in a segregated South. It was a form of resistance, a way to assert one's humanity in the face of dehumanizing conditions. Musicians like Robert Johnson and Son House poured their experiences into their songs, giving voice to a community that had long been silenced. Their music was a reflection of their lives, filled with both despair and defiance. These early blues artists became folk heroes, their music resonating with people who understood their struggles. They were celebrated not just for their talent but for their ability to articulate the collective experience of their community. the blues didn't stay confined to the Delta. As African Americans moved north during the Great Migration, they took their music with them, spreading its influence far and wide. It migrated north with the Great Migration, spreading its influence to cities like Chicago and Detroit. In these urban environments, the blues evolved, taking on new forms and new energies. There, it electrified, taking on a new energy with artists like Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf. The urban blues was louder, more intense, reflecting the hustle and bustle of city life. This urban blues laid the foundation for a new generation of musicians, influencing the development of rock and roll and R&B. The raw emotion and powerful rhythms of the blues can be heard in the music of countless artists who followed. The blues is more than just a genre, it's the foundation of American music. Its influence can be seen in everything from jazz to hip-hop, a testament to its enduring power and relevance. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, music can provide solace and inspiration. The blues is a beacon of hope, a reminder that beauty can emerge from even the most difficult circumstances. It's a sound that continues to resonate today, echoing through generations of musicians. The blues is timeless, a living, breathing testament to the power of music to heal, to inspire, and to bring people together. Birthplace of cool jazz ignites New Orleans. Let's travel to New Orleans, a city pulsing with life and rhythm. At the turn of the 20th century, a new genre was brewing, jazz. A melting pot of influences, African rhythms, European harmonies, and American improvisation, jazz was born in the streets and bordellos of the French Quarter. Jazz was revolutionary. It emphasized improvisation, allowing musicians to express themselves freely within the framework of the music. Legends like Louis Armstrong and Jelly Roll Morton became synonymous with this new sound, their virtuosity and creativity captivating audiences. From New Orleans, jazz spread like wildfire, reaching across the nation and beyond. It became the soundtrack of the Roaring Twenties, a symbol of modernity and liberation. The Harlem Renaissance embraced jazz with artists like Duke Ellington and Billie Holiday elevating the genre to new artistic heights. Jazz's influence is immeasurable. It broke down racial barriers, bringing black and white audiences together. It pushed the boundaries of musical innovation, influencing generations of musicians across genres. Even today, the spirit of improvisation and experimentation that defines jazz continues to inspire artists worldwide. Section 4, Rock and Roll Revolution, Elvis, Chuck Berry, and a Cultural Earthquake. The 1950s, a time of change, rebellion, and the birth of rock and roll. This decade was marked by a post-war optimism, a burgeoning youth culture, and a desire to break free from the constraints of the past. The music scene was ripe for a revolution, and rock and roll was the catalyst that ignited it. This new genre, a fusion of blues, country, and gospel, took the world by storm. It was a sound that resonated deeply with the younger generation, offering them a voice and a sense of identity. The raw energy and emotion of rock and roll were unlike anything that had come before. It was loud, it was energetic, and it spoke directly to the youth of America. The music was a form of rebellion, a way for teenagers to express their frustrations and desires. It was a cultural phenomenon that swept across the nation, leaving an indelible mark on society. Elvis Presley, the undisputed king of rock and roll, burst onto the scene with his hip-shaking moves and charismatic stage presence. His performances were electrifying and his music was a perfect blend of blues and country. Elvis became a symbol of youthful rebellion and a cultural icon. His music, a blend of blues and country, captivated teenagers across the nation. Elvis's influence extended beyond music. He changed the way people dressed, danced, and even thought. He was a trailblazer who paved the way for future generations of musicians. Simultaneously, Chuck Berry, with his infectious guitar riffs and storytelling lyrics, defined the rebellious spirit of rock and roll. His songs captured the essence of teenage life, with themes of love, cars, and freedom. Chuck Berry's music was a celebration of youth and individuality. Rock and roll wasn't just music, it was a cultural revolution. It challenged social norms, broke down racial barriers, and gave a voice to a generation yearning for change. The music brought people together, transcending racial and social divides. It challenged social norms, broke down racial barriers, and gave a voice to a generation yearning for change. The impact of rock and roll on the civil rights movement cannot be overstated. It was a unifying force that helped to bridge the gap between different communities. It was a soundtrack of rebellion, a symbol of youthful energy and defiance. The fashion, the dance moves, and the attitude all reflected the spirit of rock and roll. It was a movement that inspired countless young people to challenge the status quo and embrace their individuality. The impact of rock and roll continues to reverberate today. Its influence can be seen in the music, fashion, and attitudes of subsequent generations. Rock and roll laid the foundation for the modern music industry and continues to inspire artists around the world. It paved the way for countless genres, from surf rock to heavy metal. The evolution of rock and roll gave birth to a diverse array of musical styles, each with its own unique sound and cultural significance. The legacy of rock and roll is a testament to its enduring power and influence. It redefined popular culture, influencing fashion, language, and attitudes. The impact of rock and roll extended beyond music, shaping the way people dressed, spoke, and interacted with each other. It was a cultural shift that resonated across the globe. Rock and roll proved that music could be a force for social change, a powerful tool for expression and connection. It was more than just a genre. It was a movement that brought people together and inspired them to fight for a better world. The legacy of rock and roll lives on, a testament to its transformative power. Section 5, From the Streets to the Charts, Hip-Hop's Rise to Prominence, the Bronx, New York City, the 1970s. Amidst urban decay and social unrest, a new cultural movement emerged, hip-hop. More than just music, hip-hop was a culture, a way of life. It was the voice of the streets, raw and unfiltered. Hip-hop started with DJs like Kool Herc, who isolated and extended the breakbeats of funk and soul records, creating the foundation for rapping. MCs emerged, adding spoken word poetry and rhythmic chants over the beats, giving birth to a new form of musical expression. From block parties to the airwaves, hip-hop spread rapidly. Artists like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five brought social consciousness to the forefront, their lyrics reflecting the realities of life in marginalized communities. Run DMC fused rock and hip-hop, further expanding the genre's reach. Hip-hop became a global phenomenon, transcending borders and languages. It gave voice to the voiceless, empowered the disenfranchised, and forced the world to pay attention to social injustices. From its humble beginnings, hip-hop has become a dominant force in music and popular culture, influencing fashion, art, and language worldwide.